If you're a mint-on card collector, you understand the need to protect the card and the packaging and whatnot of the figures that you've collected. Well, that's not always the easiest thing in the world. You know, for the standard G.I. Joe and Star Wars size cards, we have the Protect Star Case 1 and a few other options as well along the lines from Protect. And we have the Star Case 5 for like the 30th anniversary smaller card backs that I've made videos for before. But one of the things that I've struggled with for years is not being able to find a proper case for these. It's just not something that companies advertise. And it's the oversized G.I. Joe cards from the 90s. Let's take a measurement here real quick. These cards are 7 3/4, roughly 7 3/4. It's actually, yeah, it's right about 7 3/4. And then 10 inches tall, whereas an original G.I. Joe size card is 6 by 9. So you have 7 3/4 by 10. Well, there is a company called Toy Shield who makes a case that fits these card bags. It's a very nice, sturdy case. They're not the clearest in the world, but they're clear enough. Got a little bit of space up here at the top, but overall, I'm impressed with the case. It's very solid, very sturdy. The locking lugs have a nice positive engagement with each other, and you know, these actually work really well, I think. I'm gonna case up a few of these just to show you all. They were very tough to pull apart because they're such a rigid, strong case. And I was trying to be careful not to bend any of the shell. I don't want any unsightly bends or anything like that. So, but here we have the back piece. As you can see, it's not flimsy at all, and the main shell of the case is not flimsy either. But they work for obviously they work for Sonic fighters, but they also work for Star Brigade. Star Brigade has the same oversized case, and I'll put a link in the description where you can purchase these as well. There we go, all cased up. Flattens out the corners very nicely. See this corner? I've just had these hanging for forever, or actually I had them stored in boxes for a long time, and you know, I've had them hanging up on my display walls for a while. But now the card back is nice and protected. And if you're a mint-on card collector, that's what you want for your collection, is to have it protected. You don't want any damage coming to it. So here I have the Star Brigade Armor Tech Duke, I think. Yeah, the Star Brigade Armor Tech Duke. And he has a little bit of dog earring down here on that corner, which this case will do a great job in flattening that right out. These cases are actually made for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figures. Oddly enough, those figures came on a card the same size as these, or roughly the same size as these 90s oversized G.I. Joe cards. Another favorite, Eco Warriors. Eco Warriors is the same size yet again. I don't have a whole lot of these, but I have enough that I went ahead and I bought some extras because I know that I'll probably end up with more of them. So, this card is not in the best of shape at all. And this is from being stored in boxes over the years and just not having a very good way to protect this. And I was only recently turned on to these. I had no idea where to get them. I had seen people put their oversized G.I. Joe cards in cases like this before, but it seemed like I was it seemed like I was chasing something that was just unobtainable. You know, either they didn't know where they got them or whatever. And it may not have been the exact same case either. You have plenty of space here for the bubble on the card. It's not going to be pushed on or anything like that. It's completely protected inside this Toy Shield TMNT1. These cases are specifically marketed for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is probably why we don't see a whole lot of reports on them being used for G.I. Joes. That, and a lot of people don't really care for the 90s bright neon color decos. I love these guys. I think they're super cool. A little bit of dog earring here on that corner. This is an Eco Warriors Flint. But once they're in these cases, the any dog earring or anything like that just flattens right out. I do really like the fact that these are very solid cases. These are right up there, I would say, with the Zolo World cases that I talked about for the 6x9 Battle Core size cards. So when they sent these to me, it's kind of funny. The box looked as if it had been reused more than a few times. Not a big deal. I reuse boxes all the time. It was kind of interesting that a company like that would send you a product in a beat up used box. But you know, they weren't damaged or anything in shipping, so it doesn't really matter. Let's start getting some of these taken apart here, and you'll see what I was talking about with them being very solid, very sturdy. Like, they just do not want to come out of here. There we go. The Star Brigade Armor Tech Destro. It's got some dust on him. I'm going to clean them off real quick before I put them in the case. Star Brigade Armor Tech Destro. These were neat, interesting figures. They were a little bit reminiscent of Transformers, and I think they were actually based on a Transformers figure that was going to be coming out or did come out, something along those lines. I'll have to do some research and maybe make a video based on that alone. The design for the figure, I've seen some prototype test shots where the figure was actually built on a Transformers figure, but yeah, there we go. And you can see the depth of the case there. Get a pretty good idea where we're at. I'm going to actually measure that and make a comparison to a star case, to one of the ProTech star cases. So the bubble depth is 2.5 inches on this. But Armor Tech Destro. Then an Armor Tech. Actually, I need to get a case ready here. Again, I'm trying not to damage it. Pull them apart. Yeah, very solid cases from Toy Shield. And again, I will put the link in the description. But the Armor Tech Rock and Roll. The Armor Tech figures were very basic, very bulky. Not really a whole lot of articulation. Articulation in the shoulders, elbows, knees, hips, and head. It's not necessarily like, you know, the most, it doesn't scream G.I. Joe, but still. Finally, I'm happy to finally have a nice way to display and protect these card backs. Because, I mean, after decades, you know, you get a little bit of stress up here on that hang tab. DEF figures, and the Headhunters. You know, these are another same size on the card back. It's 7 3/4 by 10 inches on this one. So that out of there. And you can see this card's got some waviness to it. I'm hoping that'll straighten out quite a bit. Let's get this pressed in here real quick. Yep, locked in place. There we go. There was the snap, where you can hear it lock. Now we'll take a look. Waviness is just about gone out of that card, being in this case. It's fantastic. This one didn't really have any dog ears or anything. It was just the fact that the case was a little bit wavy. But anyway, folks, there you have it. Like I said, I know a lot of people struggle with this. They like the figures on the card. They just don't know how to protect them. They don't know what the source to get cases for these things. And I was lucky enough to have someone point me in the right direction, and we started taking some measurements and whatnot, and ended up going with the TMN T1 from Toy Shield. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope that you enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and check out other videos that I have coming to you. Yo, Joe.